All new at 9 o'clock, a number of festivities will mark the 50th anniversary of the moon landing this weekend. Vice President Mike Pence will visit the Kennedy Space Center tomorrow to commemorate the event. He will also speak about the future of the space program. So many people remember where they were when Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin stepped onto the lunar surface. Purdue University has letters sent to Neil Armstrong.
It's people's wonder, their disbelief, their gratitude. But also a lot of the letters ask for things. A lot of people wanted autographs. They wanted information from Neil. They named their children after Neil. They wanted money.
Well, to commemorate the historic occasion, the U.S. Postal Service has unveiled two first moon landing forever stamps. One shows Neil Armstrong standing on the moon with Neil Armstrong reflected in his visor. The other shows the moon itself. Well, now, take a live look at the coolest thing you're going to see all night. That's an image of Apollo 11 on a Saturn V rocket projected onto the Washington Monument. It's a life-size depiction of what it looked like just more than 50 years ago on the day of launch. And another first during the space race, an African-American astronaut.
It's a story very few know about. The man chosen, Ed Dwight, is here in Atlanta tonight. He spoke to CBS46 reporter Jamie Kennedy, who joins us in studio. And Jamie, I bet he has one heck of a story to tell.
Sean, it deserves a movie. It's that good. So the race to put a human on the moon is one of the biggest historical events in the world. America was the winner, and in the middle of it all was the nation's first black astronaut, Ed Dwight. I sat down to hear his amazing story.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
They're the words that resonate through the world. As the world celebrates 50 years since that fateful journey, one astronaut in the 60s who almost made it to the moon made huge strides in his own right.
I don't know what was my physiology? Was I tall? Was I dark skinned?
Edward Joseph Wright was handpicked by President Kennedy to be the first black astronaut at the height of the space race.
He and Bobby Kennedy really wanted this to work, and they wanted to see me in space.
Lauded by his superiors for his above-average ability in aeronautics, engineering and calculus. For the time, with such a small pool of black military pilots, Dwight was the perfect candidate.
So how do you find a black guy that has any kind of credential that we could turn into an astronaut guy? And it turns out that there was only 125 black pilots in the entire world.
America was also in the grips of the civil rights movement. Dwight felt this all too well during his training from colleagues eager to see the back of him.
The only way we're going to get rid of this guy is we got to isolate him. Don't talk to him. Don't drink with him. Don't party with him. Don't invite him to your gatherings.
Though faced with staunch racism, memories of his time as an astronaut are overwhelmingly fond ones.
You know, you get up 70,000, 80,000 feet and it's dark and you can see the big, beautiful blue encasement that's around the Earth, and this is absolutely stunningly beautiful.
So ultimately, Ed Dwight's fate was sealed when President Kennedy was assassinated, and he never made that trip to outer space to the moon. He went on to become a very accomplished sculptor with art found all over the country. And I can tell you, Sean and Thomas, he is in the process of making a movie deal.
He should.
Oh, yeah.
And a new book as well.
Yeah,
that's great.
he
I mean,
should.
and what a story he has to tell.
Yeah.
I mean, we look back at it now with that 50 years of perspective and think, what a waste that he didn't get to participate properly after Kennedy's assassination.
Right.
But it seems like life has worked out for him.
Yeah. No, he said that just doing that opened up so many doors for him. But back then, at the time, you know, with all the black segregation and such, ultimately it got the better of him, and so he wasn't able to do it, but he's still an incredible man.
And he has a speaking engagement.
He does. So tomorrow, if anyone out there would like to see him, he's going to be at 1 p.m. at the Fernbank Science Centre. He will be there to speak to everyone. You can speak to him as well. He's got so much to tell. We only showed you a very short amount, and they're doing lots of things all around the anniversary tomorrow, so everyone should get down. Wonderful family event.
I think I'm going to take my family.
That was the best live shot too you've ever done.
You were on the moon. How did it feel?
As the first Australian on the moon, I have to say I feel very proud.
Congratulations.
Yes. One small step for
For TV.
For Jamie Kennedy.
Yeah, for TV.
For Australia.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Jamie.
Jamie.